Swimming was your preference, flowing was your persistence. Remaining afloat never left you to choke. Buoyancy, water's powers kept you woke. Frigid temperatures, a crashing wave, seldom did keep you from what you crave. Experience, adventure, excitement. You lived to venture, no incitement. Many adventures you've taken me, many experiences, many sights to see. From the West Coast to the Mitten State, frequenting you always led us to celebrate. Despite the dance I didn't participate, and the times you didn't let me sleep late, you've gifted me with memories I'll forever appreciate. Thank you, Aunt Rosemary.
So we have two more speakers real quick. So Aunt Marianne, Aunt Marianne to me, Rosemary's sister. And then just some background information, King was Aunt Rose's nephew. Sorry, I'm speaking, yeah.
I'm trying not to get too emotional. We are here in great sadness because Rose is gone.
Kiss the mic.
Pardon? Closer?
Close.
We are here with great sadness because Rose is gone. But I can tell you that she wanted this celebration of her memories that brought happiness. And that's what I'm going to try to do, is tell the happiness. That's our goal here today. Many of you, I'm going to try to keep this short. If you have the brochure, we did not do a picture board here, but I wanted to pick out some pictures that represented her life, and you'll find yourself in each one of these somehow. The first one, it represents the swimming, and that's her athletic life, whether it be yoga, boxing. She boxed at the end here with Rock Steady to deal with her Parkinson's. During the summer, she came to our house for my son's wedding, and I said, Rose, I says, you can't even tell you have Parkinson's. And she said to me, she says, that's the point. So rock steady, that's what did it. But, so the athletic part is the first picture. The second picture is her faith. Faith takes you through life, and this is her first communion. A few days before her death, she was able to take the sacrament of the sick. She was very involved in her yoga and the spirituality of that. The next picture is her extended family when she met Bob. She was 53 when she got married, and that started her new home, next life, grandchildren being called grandma. Rosemary, the next picture is of her high school graduation. It has 10 women in it. Would you believe that just in September, there were 10 to 12 of these same women that met for 3 days. They've known each other for 65 years from first grade and stayed at a cabin. Those were her friendships of life, and she worked hard at it. Then she has her baby picture. The next picture I think is really interesting. It represents her being part of your family. I know that some of her friends will tell me that she'll just stop in to visit. She'll be part of your high school graduations, your weddings, because she didn't have children herself. Your families were her families, and she truly did feel that way. Then the next one is her favorite niece and sister, Claire and Monica, and they're heading it up right here. The next picture isn't all that good, but it's important because it was her first experience on stage. It was a play in high school called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? We knew nothing really about it. You know, your older sister, you just go off to do your practices and all that. And then we showed up. Oh my goodness, Rose had the smallest little part, but it was the lead. It was unbelievable, you know, that she showed her presence of stage in high school. The bottom picture is her extended family. We were lucky enough, I have a niece that lives in France, and so she was here during the summer. We're lucky enough that we all get together and have a party. So Rose comes home for that every year. And then my mom's sweet mom. Rose was close to my mom, and we bring her out here to California, and she loved it. So that's by the pictures. We didn't do a big picture board. So we did that one. I wanted to, the family, Claire and I especially, want to thank so many of you who locally sent cards, sent emails, sent texts. I can tell you, the book, the polar book, I can tell you that those emails were read to her personally. The cards were read to her personally. She looked at them. The funny part is on some of the emails, especially from the kids from Wyandotte, they were high school kids. So the guys are sending these emails, and one of them was so funny. He says, "Rosemary, you missed it. You know, it's too late to go to Stady Hawkins." Or he said, "Sorry, we didn't get to go to Stady Hawkins." And she had the energy in the last days of her life to write a note saying, it was, you know, it's your fault. So I can tell you, beyond, you can't imagine the appreciation that Claire and I, people brought food, people cleaned our house. People came and sat with Rose while we could go do some business. It was, Rose was taken back. She had no idea the number of people. You just came flowing. It was amazing. Nobody was ever turned away. Come. Wow. That's what she wanted. I wanted to do a couple special thank yous right now to Jane, Kogel, and Kim. We couldn't have done it without you. Jerry Carson. Jerry, the name of your business again?
Cake Gallery.
Cake Gallery he made the cake and donated the cake that you will see. That is so cool, Rosemary. It keeps going back down. I want to just mention two names because I don't think they have to, I think they need to be separate. I want to thank Jack and Mary Sullivan, who live in Alameda, that gave Claire and I the support that when you're from Michigan and we're here, we just helicopter in. We couldn't have done it without them. And I wanted to thank Eileen and Patricia, who just didn't wait to be asked. They just said, "We're coming in and we're cooking." There's just too many of you. I don't want to come out to too many names, but I can tell you that if you're here, you are a friend of Rosemary's, and Rosemary would have a smile on her face today to see this. Thank you. So Rosemary kept every pictures. You know, Rosemary was, like Monica said, for such a minimalist that Rosemary was. She kept all the pictures. When she was a kid, she went to Europe and backpacked. She kept all of her letters and postcards and asked her friends to send them the letters back so she might write a diary later on in her life. But, so that's how I found these VCRs, because they had Rosemary on it. So I started watching them, and then I got, oh my gosh, we need to play this. So then I bought one of those adapters to get it on the computer. It's like, well, you know what? Rosemary's always been the one that she likes to be in control. So we'll let her do her own speeches. And then Jerry, I remember you from back when I was a kid coming to visit Rosemary over when she lived on 25th. And Eileen, two of her roommates from when she lived in San Francisco are here, Eileen and Rosemary. She flew in from Minneapolis. And when Rosemary got sick, so Rosemary wasn't feeling well, in August and September, she came to Michigan for a couple of weeks, and then she flew out to see Annabelle and went out to Geneva, Switzerland, and she was doing fine. And then, so when she died, I sent emails to these people, whoever she got texts from, and some guy called me back and said, "When did Rosemary die?" And I said, "Well, who are you?" And he said, "She was just out to visit me in Oregon in November to do a Parkinson's meeting."
And I'm like, oh, so I told him. But anyway, so there were people from all over the works. And then somebody flew in from Boston, everywhere. I mean, her girlfriend from 5 years old from Wyandotte came in from Phoenix, Arizona. Adria said, Rosemary, should I come to visit you? Or when can I come? And she says, come now. And she said, the twins were saying, well, when can I come? And she said, you better call the twins, because she knew she was getting sicker. But, so anyway, so she wasn't feeling well, went through the test, and then right before Christmas we found out it was liver cancer. So she's like, I'm done. Oh no, then her stomach was growing, so she could see it, and she was like little. And she said, I feel like I'm 9 months pregnant. I said, Rosemary, you've never been pregnant. That's not 9 months. And then, so then we tried to drain her stomach, and then we went to the hospital, and then Jack came and picked us up, and I kind of like gave him a heads up that we weren't able to drain her stomach. And so Rosemary said to Jack, she says, did you hear? And Jack says, a little bit. She says, I can't do anything more, it's like, this is it. But anyways, we all love Rosemary. Rosemary's great. So in the paperwork that she wrote, I found, so she went to like a lot of different classes in Dale Carnegie. So I found a bunch of paperwork that she said what she wanted for this, when she dies and when she retires. And she said she wants to, when she retires, she wants to go live with wherever Claire is and my kids. And she wanted to garden, do yoga, dance, act, swim. And she did it all, We all know of Rosemary as being a great person, and she was great. So we have she also had a little thing on her thing, what she wanted done, and she wanted this song called Rosemary Grows. So Marianne, did everybody get a memorial thing? Yeah. Inside there are the words to the song that Rosemary wanted. And she wrote these like 20 years ago, So you may all know this song because it's not a newer song.
Yeah. Like us.
That's why I said it wasn't a new one. It's not a rap.
Don't worry, we'll help. Yeah, so not all the verses are on the sheet, but Kane's going to be loading the YouTube video that shows the lyrics that we can, we're all singing along to the song for Rosemary.
Karaoke.
Where Rosemary grows, or where my love grows, Rosemary grows. Yeah.
You guys know what this new release is going to be.
I haven't heard one.